In my previous video, I had given an overview of the Hisense 43-inch Ultra HD TV. In this review, I'm gonna be doing the in-depth coverage of this television's picture quality. I'll be conducting the gaming tests. I'll be checking out the connectivity features of this TV. I'll be checking the audio quality. I'll be checking the brightness levels. So stay tuned, don't skip the video. So let's get started.
Now before we begin the video, let's check out the boot time of this TV. Most Android TVs takes around 45 seconds to 1 minute to boot up completely on the home screen, and we will be checking this Hisense. So let's see how long does it take to come to the home screen, and that's 40 seconds, and the specifications of the TV are displayed on the screen. Now I'll be checking out the brightness levels of this TV. As you can see, the TV is producing around 250 to 270 lux at the edges, and in the center it's around 380 to 415 lux. So it's a good brightness that we are achieving on this TV. Now if we talk about the picture quality of this TV, you can see that blacks are deep and whites are bright. Let's check out the resolution supported on this TV and how is the picture quality under those resolutions. Now I've turned on the 4K Ultra HD resolution. I'm scaling it down to 1440p. That's a 2K resolution. Next is the standard high definition resolution on which most of our cable providers provide signals and most of our set-top boxes operate. So this is the maximum resolution that we get in India from our cable providers, and the image looks good on this. Now moving on towards the 720p, that's just below full high definition, and I must say that the picture upscaling quality of this TV is quite good, and I'm not noticing any major artifacts. Now moving on to the 480p, that's the standard definition of a cable TV resolution. Although there are some artifacts and the picture quality has degraded, but the TV is doing a good job in upscaling the quality to full screen resolution. Now moving down towards 360, that's low definition, and the quality has reduced a lot on this TV. The TV is doing good effort in maintaining the full screen resolution. Now moving down to 240p, that's again lower than the 360p resolution, and now I can notice blurriness, and the lowest definition is 144p, and now I can see blurry images on this TV. So overall the TV is good in terms of maintaining the picture quality and upscaling. Now moving towards the black level tests, you can see that the TV is doing a good job in maintaining the contrast ratio. It has a contrast ratio of 5001:1, and the ultra dimming effect is working well, although I can see that some stars are missing from this footage and there's a gloominess around stars, but that's fine in this range and the budget television. Now this test is about the dirty screen effect test. I can notice that the screen has few patches and lines. This is the color test of this TV. The colors are bright and vivid. The TV supports 8-bit panel with FRC. It's between 10-bit and 8-bit, and we can notice that there's some banding and rings forming in the picture quality of this TV. So that's fine, and it's completely acceptable. This test is about the motion and about the moving objects on this TV. There's a little bit of ghosting I can see, and there's a little bit of motion jitters, but it's fine. This is checking about the contrast ratio of this TV. This TV has got a contrast ratio of 5001:1, and the blacks are deep and the whites are bright. The TV is doing a good job in maintaining the black and white and producing a good contrast ratio. Now if we check the different colors on this TV, this is a pattern of yellow, this is a pattern of white and gray. The TV is doing a good job in producing HDR content, although HDR can only be achieved above the brightness levels of 1000 nits, but this is acceptable in this range of television, which has got a lower brightness range. As you can see, the motion is working good, although there's a little bit of ghosting. Now if we check the viewing angles of this TV, the TV is good from the center and from the sides. This is the viewing angle from the right side of the TV, and it's in the angle of around 160 to 180 degrees. Now as you can see, I have put up an IPS panel in front of the TV. That's gaming IPS panel, and this has got a peak brightness of around 300 to 330 nits. And the VA panel is producing deep blacks in this. Now let's move towards the gaming test. I have connected my Xbox controller with my gaming PC through a cable to minimize the input lag, and I have set up my game to run at Ultra HD resolution. As you can see, the signal information showcases that this game is running at Ultra HD with HDR on, and the TV also displays the signal input as HDR10. Now I have noticed minimal lag on this TV, and the latency was very less. There was a little bit of motion jitters I noticed, but it's acceptable on this range of television, and I enjoyed the overall gameplay, and motion handling capabilities of this TV was good. Now let's move on towards the audio test of this TV. So I've connected my Bluetooth speakers with this TV, and it's a 2.1 channel audio system, and as you can see that this system is producing deep bass. Now let's move on and check out the audio of this TV. I've turned on the TV speakers now, and the TV is producing good audio output with Dolby Atmos on. Now I've turned the Dolby Atmos off. Now let's check out the various sound modes available on this TV. Overall, we are achieving a decent sound from this TV, although I am missing the lows on this TV. Now, if we talk about the connectivity, the TV has got a dual Wi-Fi on this, and we'll be checking out the 5 GHz network. I have a 100 Mbps uplink and downlink connection. And as you can see, the TV doesn't have any problem in achieving the speeds and doesn't have any jitters. Now we'll check at 2.4 GHz. Although the speeds are less, but we are not we don't have any problems or jitters on this TV because 2.4 gigahertz operate at a lower speed as compared to 5 gigahertz. And this is the signal band that I am achieving on Hotstar content. I did not like the casting capability of this TV, and I noticed a lot of lag in the casting. As you can see that I'm connected on a 5 gigahertz Wi-Fi, and the TV is also connected on the same network, but I am noticing a lot of lag in this TV with respect to the input that I am giving on my cell phone. That's all folks for now. I hope I am able to clear most of your doubts in relation to the picture quality of this TV and the audio quality of this TV.
And if you like this video, hit like button.
If you have any questions, please feel free to ask me. Do subscribe to my channel and press that bell icon to receive instant updates of my videos.